It was dark, and he felt himself falling. His tail grasped the rope. He almost screamed. The rope jerked him back, and he looked down. He was about 6 inches from Mary's head. She was sleeping. A couple more inches, and I would have fallen on Mary. Oh, that would not go over well, he thought to himself. The portal was way too high to get back to, even if he could sneak up on the bed without waking Mary. He pulled himself up slowly and went back through the portal. He sat in front of the portal, considering the placement turning the knob had achieved. If I turn it back the same, and then turn it again the same distance, it should be perfect. He returned the knob to the original place, and then turned it the same distance in the opposite direction. There, he said, that should be about perfect. He shortened his grip on the rope just in case. He passed through the portal. Clunk! He hit his head on Mary's headboard. Mary's mum must have moved the bed closer to the wall, he thought. Wonder if she did it on purpose, Spencer speculated. He glanced at the headboard and noticed all the tiny little gouges. Oops, that must have been from my horns. He had done this before. He remembered one time they embedded deep enough he had trouble getting free. He couldn't get his arms out to help. He was really starting to panic. He wiggled and wiggled until finally he came free. That was close, he remembers thinking. He sat rubbing his sore head. I think I'm getting closer, though. He tried to calculate how much he needed to turn the knob to get closer to the floor. He turned the knob again. This must be it, he said. He eased his way through, cautious of banging his head again. It seemed too dark. Maybe the electricity went off, he thought. He could hear Uncle Max correcting him. It is electricity. He could feel the floor, so he was happy. I did it. He fumbled in his bag for his flashlight. He thought he saw something, so he turned this flashlight toward it. Ah! The mouse screamed. Ah! Spencer screamed, and the flashlight went flying. He ran through the portal alcove. He ran through his room. He opened his door and ran out. He ran down the corridor, screaming all the way. As he approached the hall to detention, a guard came out to see what the screaming was all about. He took one look at Spencer and turned and ran. Spencer thought he was running from the mouse too, so he ran even faster. Spencer was getting very tired. He stopped just before the junction to catch his breath. There was no sign of the mouse following. He then remembered things just can't come through the portal. Not a very brave scout, am I? The guard had already run almost out of view. Ah! He screamed. The guard saw me pink. This place will be crawling with Kelly guards, and they will be looking for me, Spencer thought with horror. Explain that one to Uncle Max, he mused. Now I got a new reason to run. And he did. He used his fade ability, just in case any other detention guards were patrolling, and he ran as fast as he could. Two things he had become very good at doing living down here were running and fading. He made it back to his place and rushed into the clean-up room. He had to turn back into himself real fast and hide his stuff. He was sure they would search his place. He rushed into his clean-up room and grabbed the pink dye and hid it in a large container on his shelf. It just barely fit. He then quickly took out his teeth and contact lens. He didn't poke his eye this time. Guess being in a rush is the key, he mused. He put his horn cap back on. He rushed to wash up and then hid the remainder of his containers. He stoked his fire back to life and willed the kettle to boil quickly so he could look like he was just enjoying a nice cup of tea. He sat on his bench, trying to calm himself. Just act natural, he thought, but his heart was still racing. Then he remembered his shirts, soiled with the pink dye. Ah! He rushed back to the bathroom, filled the sink, put the shirts in. He rubbed the dye with his bar of soap. Phew, he exclaimed, it is coming out. He hung the shirts to dry and returned to his bench, feeling much more relieved. Meanwhile, the detention guard stopped the first Kelly guard he ran into. As he caught his breath, he relayed what he had seen. The Kelly guard listened intently, then tilted his head back and roared with laughter. Little pink man, he roared again. You've been working too hard, my friend. or perhaps a little too much rockberry wine with your dinner." The detention guard started to get angry. "I tell you, that's what I saw," he stammered. Okay, we'll send a patrol out and alert the council." He continued to chuckle as he walked away. "Little pink men," the detention guard heard him say it again. Thus, the Kelly Guard embarked on a patrol of the detention hallway. They scoured every inch of the detention hallway. If nothing else, they were thorough. Then they came to Spencer's door. One of them knocked loudly. Spencer's heart stopped. His eyes widened. He squeaked, "Who? Who?" cleared his throat, took a deep breath, and called, "Who is it?" "Kelly Guard Patrol," he boomed. Spencer jumped. He took another deep breath and opened the door. "Wow, 4 of them," he thought with amazement. "We're patrolling the area. Have you seen anything suspicious?" "Any, the guard hesitates. "Little pink men?" The guard had trouble keeping his face straight. Seeing the amusement in the guard's face, Spencer couldn't help but laugh. It was a nervous laugh, but a laugh just the same. When he laughed, the 4 guards started laughing as well. Finally, the leader wiped his eyes and said, "We need to search your quarters." "Sure," Spencer giggled, and let them in. They split up and did their search. One searched the common room, one searched the bathroom, one searched the portal alcove, and one guarded the door. Fortunately, Spencer's quarters is so small it doesn't take long at all. At the door, the leader says, "If you see anything suspicious, contact our division at the Great Hall." They continue down the corridor past Spencer's door. He can hear them chuckling, "Little pink men," and they roar with laughter. Spencer went back into his place and closed the door. "Phew! I have to be more careful in the future. I didn't even fix my portal and I lost my flashlight. But I don't think I'll go back looking for it," he said to himself. He went into the portal alcove and tried to remember how much he had turned the button. He decided not to change into Pink Spencer until he had this portal business under control. "I'll try one last time and then call it a day," he said, and slowly turned the button. He fastened the rope and passed just his head through the portal. He saw the floor. It was close. It was Mary's floor. He glanced quickly from under the bed, and Mary was lying on the floor coloring in her book. He pulled his head back from the portal and gave a little dance around the alcove, singing, "I did it, I did it. Now I can go look for the bunny tail." But that's another story.